I'd like to welcome you this evening to our first week look back and our uPAY party, which will be the first of many to come. You are here this evening to learn about a small company that launched just about over a week ago, a company called Unittus. Our trade slogan is just that. It's about empowering the human spirit. My name is John Anthony Astor. I will be your host this evening, and we have an awful lot to go over, so I'm not really going to commit to how long this presentation is going to be. I think it's going to be very interesting information, but certainly understand everyone's time commitments and feel free to stay on as long as you possibly can. But I will tell you it will be action-packed with a whole lot of information. So quite a long time ago, there was a dream and a vision of would it be possible to create something that was absolutely universally able to be beneficial to every adult human being on the planet. So that's a profound question, because there's not many things out there that you can really say that fill the bill. But as we looked at the convergence of epic trends of the 21st century, it started to become very clear of things that were going right and possibly things that could be improved upon in this world. And that's what started to formulate the ideas of Unittus. Unittus has a very profound mission, and it's much larger than each and every one of us on this call, but it'll be amazingly impactful to each and every one of you, because you, ladies and gentlemen, from all over the world, and I apologize for not welcoming each and every country, but I will acknowledge this. We have representation from countries all over the world. We certainly appreciate those. That this is an inconvenient time for them to be on this call. It will be recorded, so any of your team members or guests certainly will be able to basically listen next week. So with that, again, it's been an extraordinary week, and I'd like to just do a little bit of a recap as to what Unittus has done. And we've basically launched this company into the world just over a week ago. So we actually announced the name of our company last Monday, January 9th. We kept the entire company extremely private and secured while we were building this company out and strategizing about its future. We were analyzing and constantly watching technology and the consumer behavior over the last year, 2 years or so. We did this because we felt it is important to basically unleash a company in a very different manner than many of you have seen, not only in the multi-level marketing industry, but certainly in many other industries. We wanted to launch the company when it was a company that we were proud of. We wanted to launch a company when we were able to do what we set out to do. We wanted to launch a company that functioned properly, that had the infrastructure in place to represent a global market and support it. So we announced the name last Monday, and at that time we also announced that we would be launching our company on a global basis on Wednesday, the 11th of January. It was an extraordinary day from all aspects of what took place. Just can't really speak enough about it, and I know that many of you on this call this evening were a big part of that participation and that embracement in the dream that we have set out to do for any human being that is interested in being a part of this. We tend to not want to leave anybody behind, and we certainly embrace anyone's feelings about Unittus and how it can benefit their lives. So what has occurred in the last week is we are now, thanks to each and every one of you, represented with Uniters in 74 countries. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll repeat that. We are just over a week old, and we are currently have Uniters that are singing the Unittus song in 74 countries. Think about the magnitude of what I just said. Think about the possibilities of what that can mean. Think about, literally, could that have even been possible 10 years ago? And we're all part of this. We're all part of this convergence of technology and of social behavior change, of communications, and bringing down the barriers of being able to not only talk with one another, but embracing one another's beliefs and have interest in people that are complete strangers. And we've seen it for many years. There are many examples of it and models out there, and with Unittus we are going to expand that significantly. If you're all familiar with Google, the largest search engine in the world, in 1 week, again, nobody knew the name of this company. In 1 week, if you search under Unittus with 2 T's, you will find there's over 5,700 index pages that represent Unittus in the article, in the blog, in the video, in the commentary, in the press release. And ladies and gentlemen, this is not being done by corporate. This is being done by each and every one of you, and we thank you for that. We thank you for sharing our message and carrying our message to the world, and that's exactly why we built this company, because we built it with you in mind. There's over 50 videos that have been posted. Some of them are of a caliber of corporate quality that I would like to represent as our own. Absolutely amazing. Tonight I'm not going to be able to acknowledge those people, but I want to acknowledge each and every one of you that has taken your time, that has made your commitment to Unittus, and has represented yourself proud, represented Unittus proud. And I'm just amazed at the type of talent and the resolve and the quality of what I'm seeing out there. Again, people didn't even know the name and anything about the company until Wednesday. So we started seeing reports of videos within 48 hours after we launched the site. So my hat is off to each and every one of you entrepreneurs that get it, that understand what this is about, that have put your stake in the ground and says, this is something that's going to be a part of my life. I want to help this company succeed, not only for the benefit of myself, but for the benefit of others. We have handled 99% of all customer inquiries within our committed 2 business days. Have you ever heard of a global company being able to say that after 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 15 years of being in business? We've done it in our very, very first week. And we have handled hundreds of tickets, not just a few, hundreds, if maybe thousands. I really didn't have time to get the final reports. Everything from billing inquiries to inquiries about how do I do this, or I need to bring in this person, or the genealogy is wrong on this person. Would you say that we've done pretty good by you all? Would you say that you've been treated fairly and professionally and attentively by all of our staff? That is our commitment to you. Again, this is the people's company that we're building. This is not corporate America as you all know it today. This is not Wall Street building this. We are building it together as one culture, one team that's uniting throughout the globe. And we will prove and support that on a daily basis with each and every one of you that supports this cause, not only to embellish your life and benefit your life and empower your life, but also to support the common cause that we have as a community. So the tickets have gone very well. As a matter of fact, I got a report just before this call that we are 100% cleared out of all tickets. We have resolved every single issue in the first week that we are aware of. So if there's anything that we have not done for you, I can only say that we simply did not get the inquiry. Anything that has, hopefully we've done it in a timely manner and we've done it the right way and appropriate way. We have also achieved our first compensation run, which we'll be talking about this evening. In the first week, our first compensation run for our independent international social advisors. I don't know about you, but I think that's the coolest name in the world. And I'm just so proud of each and every one of you that has embraced it and has taken it to the marketplace. For myself, I'm very happy with just having a title of a Uniter, because really that's all that this is about, is just uniting people throughout the world. But it's been amazing what's taken place. So we've done our first compensation run. We've run it flawlessly. My hat's off to Mr. Mark Bensalet. He is the president of Unittus. I won't go into a lot of details about it, but I will tell you this: there are few human beings in the world, in the network marketing arena, on a global basis, that understand how to build a compensation plan, understand how to write the code to the compensation plan, and understand the impact to the fiducial responsibility not only to the company but to the actual advisors that are participating in the program and the opportunity. So my hat's off to Mark. He is one of the best authorities on this subject matter in the world, and he works for you, each and every one of you that comes into Unittus, and makes it a part of your life and a part of your home. So my hat's off to you, Mark, and I wish we could be together this evening. The compensation run has been done, and the compensation, we will talk more about that later. So what is Unittus? You know, we've had an amazing week. We've already formulated leadership groups, and you know, the question that constantly becomes up, the word Facebook. Is this like Facebook? Why isn't it like Facebook? And I'm here to just clear this up, and this is very, very important that each and every one of you understand this. We are not Facebook. Our intentions was never to be Facebook, and we will never be Facebook. We are very happy with what Facebook is and what it represents in the world for those who participate with it. But let's talk about the differences. Let's understand very clearly what the differences are. Facebook, and I don't mean to pick on them, except they are an amazing company. We all can agree with that. They have invoked change in our world like so few have done in its past. But the reality of social networks today is something very simple. Number one is that you have a closed profile. Your profile that you execute on that platform is private. Would we all agree with that? Now what happens is when you befriend somebody, when you connect with someone, and it's not always easy to do, by the way, on most of the platforms, since something happens. What happens is that your profile, depending on the credentialing, could become public. It could be half private, half public. But most importantly, your friends now become public to your connections. Nothing wrong with this, folks. But how about a little paradigm shift? Let's talk about a little paradigm shift, because that's exactly what Unittus is all about. Unittus is a social networking platform. It has an extremely different message and mission than traditional social networks as we understand them today. Social networks today have extremely high activity. Would we all agree with that? Extremely high addiction. I don't like to use that word because it usually has negative connotations, but in this case I don't really want to say that. I want to say it in a positive way. But the reality is a high activity and high need and participation. The average person spends about 55 minutes a day on Facebook or any of the other social networks and has roughly 121 to 125 friends. Well, Unittus is something very different. Number one, a unique value position is every single profile from day one is 100% public to the world. Now what does that mean? It simply means that you have a choice to decide what information that you want to display to the world. If you want to display social or personal information, that's great. If you want to explain and share things about yourself having to do with your career or your business or your career goals, that's great. And one that is very, very fragmented in the world today is what we call your leisure time or your free time. Nobody really has taken a corner on that, and we have basically snapped that up, and we're going to make that a very huge part of Unittus, where we will help people connect on those leisure aspects of their life. This is their passions. This is their personal missions. This is their whys. This is their bucket list. And wouldn't it be great to be able to synergize not only with people around your own community, but around the world with people that have the exact same passions as you do? Because sometimes passions are a little bit niche oriented. Sometimes if someone likes exotic lizards or something, I don't think everybody, your next door neighbors, might agree with that. But you want to know something? Unittus will unite the lizard lovers of the world, because we're going to find them all, and they're all going to be able to connect, and they're going to have instant synergy as they UTAP and mail each other. So what we are in one place is we are a dating or a social site, but we're not just for those that are single. We have expanded way beyond that. We are those that have an interest in expanding their social life, and as we all know, the larger our social life, potentially the more enriched the experience of our life can be. We are also a B2B networking site. You can utilize Unittus to gain prospects, to gain and increase your personal network, to look for experts in certain skill sets, to find business partners, find investors. It's all the above. When you think of all the proper web properties in the world and you just wrap them into one place, you know, from Elance to Freelancer to Odesk, all these contract and freelancer type opportunities. There are websites that just talk about people that are looking for translation, that are looking for voiceover rights and recordings. All of that will be available to you on Unittus. The more information you put about yourself, the more connectivity that will take place. And what's so exciting, when we're already seeing it every single day, is that there's an instant commonality. When you get a U-tap or you get a U-mail from someone, there's instant commonality. There's a reason why that person has looked at your profile. There's something about it that ignited them to say, I would like to meet this person. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. So, we also are celebrating our first pay period, and this is for only the first 4 days. And before, you know, I'd like to talk a little bit about that because it's been just rewarding, because a lot of why we did what we did, and we do not talk a lot about hype. A lot of you have been on calls and, you know, maybe we didn't hype enough in some regards, but that's not what we're doing. We're building a global brand, a global company that is going to enhance people's lives, and making money is a huge part of it, ladies and gentlemen. But it's something that we don't really have to overly talk about, because those who will work and work for themselves in Unittus will be paid extremely handsomely, as you're going to start to see unfold tonight. And this we're talking about tonight is only the first 4 days, because our first pay period was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday until midnight Pacific time. So let's get our arms around this. Let's talk about what's taken place in our first pay period. We have had 5-figure USD earners in our first pay period, ladies and gentlemen. Could anybody out there have liked to have earned an extra $1,000, $2,000, or a 4-figure income? How about that, ladies and gentlemen? We are so proud of those people. We are so proud of Unittus, and that people have come together to embrace it. But in the first pay period, we've had weekly earnings in the 4-figure range. I am so proud of each and every one of you that that's taken place and you've experienced. But I'm also here to share with you that opportunity is available to each and every single human being on this earth that wants to enjoy socializing. It's really not that difficult. You really don't even have a product. You just have to enjoy talking to people and sharing, and it really doesn't matter what that individual you're sharing with is into, because Unittus can benefit and enrich every single person's lives that's an adult in the country that they reside in. We've had people all over the world earn bonuses. We've broke several pin levels, U-pin levels, for those who understand what that is. I know we have a lot of guests on the call this evening, but that is basically a recognition for achievement. In our first 4 days, we have broke several U-pin levels throughout the organization. We have had our highest pin level recognized is at the directorship level. Ladies and gentlemen, that is amazing. In our training modules that we have not released yet, because we're still doing the final touches on it, we are looking to have all of the people that get involved in this business opportunity to break this, a directorship level in 90 days. That is basically our methodology, regardless of your expertise, your capabilities, your experience. We feel that if someone commits 10 hours a week, every week, a part-time job, that will happen very easily within 90 days. Now, is it possible that people can reach that level in 24 hours? You better believe it. We've already proven that the first full 4 days, we've had it broke in 4 days. What's really important that you all need to get your arms around very quickly, the minute you hit director level, you now, congratulations, have guaranteed yourself monthly stable income with our uAssurance bonus. I don't know about anybody else in the world, but other than a job that pays you a paycheck, do you know of any other opportunity in the world that will guarantee a uAssurance bonus as long as you maintain that level in an opportunity that you can get to with the help of your enroller, the help of Unittus, the help of your fellow Kingsmen and Queens in 3 months? So that is what each and every one of you need to strive for, to get to the director level. We have shown and demonstrated with your support with individuals in the field that you can break that in a very short amount of time. We have also, and by the way, once you're at the director level, you are well on your way to the executive level. And at the executive level, all of a sudden, that beautiful luxury car bonus kicks into place. How fast do you think this is going to ignite around the world? We're so excited after 4 days, folks. The dream is coming true much, much faster than we anticipated. We have had people, we have 11 pay bonus levels that a lot of you have talked about. You understand. You can certainly go to Unittus.com and you can see each and every one of them. We've had people that have already broke 7 bonus levels in the first 4 days. Up to 7 bonus levels out of the 11 that we have available in the pay plan. Do you think we're serious about what's going on and what we've brought to you as a business opportunity? Well, I'll tell you what, why don't you challenge me? Work with us for 90 days. Work diligently for 90 days. Learn, grow, experience. Make the platform part of your life. Make the UWorld community a part of your daily business, your daily entertainment, your daily expansion and enrichment, and watch what happens. We've broke several star level managers in our first 4 days. We've broke many, many, many managers in our first 4 days. These are people that have brought in 4 subscribers to the Unittus platform, to the UWorld community. So what does that mean? There's a whole lot of people that have now brought their 4 in the first 4 days, and they are now starting to work to help those 4 get their 4. And what happens when you help those 4 get 4, you do it again, month 2, or week 2, you do it again, and congratulations, you will be qualified for the director level. It's really not rocket scientists, folks. It really isn't. And that's what we're about to do over the next several weeks. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being a part of this. And thank you for your efforts, because pioneering new ground is not simple all the time. And you got to lay a lot of track. And sometimes you have to go astray. Sometimes you got to go through a mountain. Sometimes you got to swim through a river. But I will tell you this, write this down. The people that are with Unittus a year from now, most of their blessings, most of their prayers, most of their wishes and desires will probably not only be answered, but they'll be empowering not only themselves, but other people around the world. So I want to thank each and every one of you for making this dream, not only for each and every one of our team members, which is amazing. You have an amazing Dream U team. An amazing Dream U team. No, ladies and gentlemen, we are not ventured back. We don't have hundreds of millions of dollars like typical global companies have to have the courage to launch such a company. But we have an amazing U team, Dream team. And anything that you say, they are in the back of the scenes. You hear from me, you hear from Mark, you interact with us. Anything of glory, anything of accolades, anything of appreciation, feedback at Unittus.com. They would love to read your stories. They'd love to read how Unittus is going to empower your life, because they've been working so hard for the last year with you in mind, without ever even meeting each and every one of you. I'd like to bring somebody onto the call this evening, and it's an amazing story, but I think it'll depict what this dream is all about, and I hope that it resonates with some of you, if not all of you. Unittus was born to unite people. Unittus was conceived to be positive, to do something extraordinary in the world for good, for mankind, and for positively productive acting people in the world. So I'm going to introduce you all to a gentleman that I met through Unittus. This is a gentleman that literally 2 weeks ago I did not even know was on this earth. And it's been an extraordinary experience for the both of us. And I've asked him if it would be okay if I share his story. And he said absolutely. And so with that, I'm going to try to do this, and let's keep our fingers crossed. Bear with me, folks. I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try to bring someone in. And of course, let's see. Not doing it. All right. So trying to do it, but I'm going to see if we can get him in here. We're going to work on this. I'm going to move forward with some things. And so bear with us. We are still getting new and used to this. So hold with me just 1 second, please. So again, folks, I apologize. We're trying to bring in a man that I met, and I'm going to try, we've got some administrators that are going to try to bring him in. But I'm going to start telling his story, whether or not we can get him in or not, but he's sitting here live on the presentation, and I apologize if we can't. But his name is Marcus Montrose. And this is going to be a very difficult story for me, but I've tried to prepare myself for about a week to share it with you all. And I'm just going to kind of run through it. Last Wednesday was an amazing day for us, and obviously it was so intense, the launching, the pent-up interest, the pent-up demand, and we were holding it together. I'd say by 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern, we were like barely holding on to it. We had so many people getting involved. We had so many people getting involved so fast that they were actually making sometimes errors in their registrations, and I won't go into a lot of details, but it was an amazing, one of the most intense days of my entire life. We did have some beta problems. We did have some technical problems. We were fixing them on the fly. There probably was 3 to 4 of them that we identified immediately, and they were being fixed as they were being identified. By 6 o'clock or so, the tide had come in, and it was starting to settle down. And I really took this time to rejoice and to celebrate very privately with the president of Unittus, Mr. Mark Veselet. And it was just a remarkable moment for us, because we had been talking about this, not specifically, but dreaming about the possibilities of what 2 human beings could ignite together that had a common interest and a driving force to do something good in the world. So it was a beautiful moment for us. And then we started to play, because we had time. Our systems were working. People were getting, we were taking in orders from all over the world. We were getting our genealogy fixed. We were answering problems. We were rectifying problems with registrations. And we actually had a moment to rejoice and to enjoy the moment, savor the moment. So what we decided to do is we decided to go basically U-surfing. And U-searching or U-surfing, whatever we want to call it, because we wanted to have fun with our members. And we were absolutely shocked that we started doing searches for people that had cats, dogs, pets, people that had, blonde hair, green eyes, and we were finding everywhere, we were finding human beings. And it was just amazing that we were shocked. Within literally 6 or 8 hours after launch, our database was filling. The Unittus world was blossoming. And I don't know why I did this, but I searched in the career area, and I don't know what even drove me the motivation to do this, but I put one key search in the U-search, and it was for career status, and I looked for unemployed, because I said to myself, you know something, this is what's plaguing the world, certainly the domestic USA. And I can't tell you why it happened. I can't tell you. I had no ulterior motive. Something just drove me to search in our database for unemployment. And I did so. And again, this was 6 hours after lunch, ladies and gentlemen. Please keep that in mind. And all of a sudden, the search response comes back with one individual. And I was shocked to see it, frankly. I was shocked after 6 hours to even have someone who had joined Unittus put up their profile, and he had demonstrated and proudly had said to the world that I'm an unemployed man. And what I saw in his picture was an extremely proud man. He was a beautiful man. He had a beautiful suit on, had a beautiful tie, and I was in shock. I said, how can a man that just looks so stunning be unemployed? And I told Mark, because we were looking at it together, we were sharing screens, and we were enjoying and savoring this moment together. And I said to Mark, I said, I need to reach out to this man. And so we instantly went on his profile, and it was just beautifully filled out. And within 60 seconds, I understood this man. And that is exactly what Unittus is all about, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't get it yet, it's okay. Because we've been dreaming, sleeping, eating, developing this for over a year and a half. So we know that it's going to take time for everyone in the world to understand what we've been creating for each and every one of you. In 60 seconds, I had an amazing understanding of who this man was. I read his comments about what his likes are, his dislikes, the things that were important to him, that his dreams, his everything, his why, his bucket, his you, everything. In 60 seconds, I understood this man. He had beautiful pictures of his child, beautiful pictures of his Japanese wife. And the only reason why I mention that culture is because I'm going to talk about that. And I said to Mark, I said, I have to reach out to this man right now. I said, something is drawing me to do this. This is exactly why Unittus was born. This is why this... I said, I don't even know why I want to reach out to him, but I have to. I have to meet this individual. I am drawn to him. So I basically sent him a U-mail, which is a friend request, and I didn't go into any detail because we were just so overwhelmed with emotion and excitement and exhaustion, I didn't really know what I was doing. And I just sent him a message and I said, please contact me next week. I would like to meet. And you know, we talked about Marcus for just a moment more, and I don't know if he's on or not, and I apologize for that, but he will be on next call, I promise you that. He is on the call, I just don't know how to bring him in, and we're having some technical difficulty. Well, as Mark and I continued to talk, all of a sudden I got this ding, you've just got U-mail. It was a couple hours later. And I said, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. And so I go, and it's a U-mail from Marcus Montrose out of Harlem, New York City. And I was in shock. I said, oh my gosh, our technology is actually working. And not only that, we're uniting people. It was an amazing moment. I want to read to each and every one of you what this man had the insight to tell me, a complete stranger. He said, hi John, first of all, congratulations. I have added you to my prayers every night because I believe what you have done and will do will really help people. Secondly, I guess you want me to contact you next week. I can do that. Unless this email was also a test or intro email checking that the system works. Either way, you or your people will let me know. I understand you need rest. Please do rest. We will need you strong for what is about to and is already happening. Many blessings. Marcus Montrose, Harlem, New York City. So I'm here to tell each and every one of you that Marcus has made my day. He has inspired me to go further, work harder, and have more resolve about what we're doing. So Marcus, I thank you for that. And I would like to introduce the world to Marcus, but you want to know something? What's beautiful, and each one of you can meet Marcus yourself on a personal basis. So we did finally meet. And it was an amazingly emotional moment for both of us. Two strangers. He was brave enough to be on video cam with me, and I was not brave enough to be on video cam with him. It was just too much an emotional moment for me. We talked a lot about his life. Marcus has had an amazing life, ladies and gentlemen. He's an inspiration to each and every one of you on this call today. He has reached from the highest levels of income as a professional, and he's also has reached to the lowest levels of life, where he had to have support to just feed his family. But nothing has resolved his courage or his spirit. He has an amazing wife who is Japanese. Unittus has now given him a platform, an opportunity for him to communicate with his Japanese family for the first time by himself without an interpreter, because he speaks English. He can now go on Unittus with his Japanese family, and they can communicate through our uChat, and they can communicate all night long. As Marcus speaks in English, they receive his message from his heart in Japanese. Since we've talked, I've realized, and he shared with me, that he looks like Marcus got a job. And I asked him, I said, you know something, Marcus, what I can't understand is how you ended up here. Because not only did Marcus get involved with Unittus on the first day, Marcus used what he had in his belongings to come up with enough money to become a paid member of Unittus and to enter the business opportunity with Unittus. This is a man that has shared his belongings, his assets, he has sold to take care of the victims in Japan. So Marcus, I can just tell you, you are the epitome of a uniter. And I welcome each and every one of you on this call to go look up Marcus Montrose and give him a U-tap. Give him a U-mail. Go look at his profile. I want each and every one of you to meet him so that he can inspire each and every one of you as he has me. So thank you, Marcus. And you will be on a call because you are a dynamic human being. You are a dynamic personality that I look forward to journeying in life with you together. And as we then now got down to business with Marcus, I come to find out that Marcus has a brother that is a professional network marketer, and I've had a good opportunity to talk to him. Marcus has not really been in network marketing, and he's very eager to learn. So each and every one of you that can inspire Marcus and help him, please do, because that's what Unittus is all about. So I've spent many of times with Marcus since then. We enjoy each other. I look forward to him and his family traveling to Florida to meet my family. This is Unittus. This is what we're bringing to the world. This is what we are asking each and every one of you to embrace so that your dreams can be met and you can enrich not only your life but the lives of others. So as we talk about where we go from here, tonight or tomorrow, wherever you are in the world, your morning, your afternoon, your evening, what I want you to just ask yourself is your career, your job, where you show up for work tomorrow, is it really getting you where you want to go in life? Is it really keeping you on track with reaching your goals? And for many of you, you're fortunate. It is. And that's the blessing. And I am inspired by each and every one of you. I've been very, very fortunate in my lifetime because I've always had the opportunity to work in a world that is the world that is fulfilling my dreams. And that is my commitment to each and every one of you, that Unittus help you fill your dreams. Tomorrow, as you go on to your day, as you get onto your computer and you do your activity as you've done every day, think about Google. Think about what you're doing on Google. You're searching. Your social network platforms, the ones that do your tweeting, the ones that keep you connected with people, the ones that you're getting freelance connections, or you're in group sites. And just ask yourself a simple question. You're texting. Is all this activity, really massive activity, really truly benefiting your life? Is it really giving you what you want out of life today? Is it really keeping you on a path of where your dream goals are tomorrow? Are those companies there for your benefit? Are they really there to provide a service or to basically benefit from the data that you provide them? These are very provocative questions. We are firmly convinced that there are millions of people in the world might say, no, I'm not really sure, actually. So think about that today and tomorrow and the next day, because what's going to happen is those friends that you have, those social networks that you feel a bond to, something of value that has enriched your life, well, I can assure you it's just a matter of time where all of those people will be introduced to Unittus with or without your permission, with or without your endorsement. The only question is who's going to be the one that introduces Unittus to them. Because Unittus does more for you, potentially, than they might. Or it might be parallel and to be able to use both. So what are you getting out of the time that you're spending? And that's what's important. So, what Unittus is, it's about an emerging of the epic trends we talked about of the 21st century. Technology, change in social behavior, self-reliance living, folks. The world is only going to take care of you if you take care of your world. And it's important, and I don't want to talk about specifically countries or governments or corporations. Everyone is doing the best they can in this world. But if you look at the trends of the world, those who take ownership and responsibility to their own lives are the ones that really will prosper spiritually, economically, and physically and functionally. So as we come to somewhat of a close, and we're going to talk about a few more things, basically, I want to talk about global companies in the world because I think this is profound, and I want to share it with you tonight. I don't know how many of you know who the largest employer is in the world, but in my opinion, sadly, it is the U.S. Department of Defense. 3.2 million employees currently are employed by the Department of Defense, the largest employer of the world. The second largest employer of the world is the Chinese Army, 2.3 million employees. It's a tremendous amount of energy to resolve conflict and protect freedom and security of whatever the beliefs of that country is. And I think it's sad, but I know it's part of the world that we live in. Walmart is the largest commercial employer of the world with 2.1 million employees. And then it goes down from there, and most of them are either petroleum or electric companies or railroad companies. So the top 10 companies in the world, the bottom one is basically a engineering company with about 800,000 employees. Make no mistake, Unittus is not interested in being the largest employer of the world. Unittus is very interested in being the largest dream maker of the world. And that is our commitment to you, ladies and gentlemen, every single day. Let us prove it to you every single day, because words are cheap and actions have meaning. So I'm going to end on just a few notes, because if you saw in your registration, we asked again, at option, we certainly didn't want anyone to share if they didn't want to, but we asked a very simple question. What can Unittus do to empower your life? What can Unittus do to improve your life? And I want to share some of the things that you were so gracious enough to share with us. So one individual said, connecting relationships with marketing partners, a vehicle for humanitarian expression. Thank you very much for that wish. Unittus will you it for you. I want a solid, true, blue chip opportunity. Thank you very much for that desire. Unittus will you it with you. It will help me connect with others worldwide. Thank you for Unittus is doing that today and will continue to do it each and every day. Every day profiles are being developed. Every day profiles are being added to our UWorld community, which means the connectivity around the world is actually getting bigger and bigger every day, and the barriers getting smaller and smaller every day. Raising money for charities. Thank you. And Unittus will not only help you do that, we will invoke it and we will be a part of it with you. As if you have not seen so far, please go to the link Unittus Cares, which is under the About Us in Unittus.com. I want to get out of debt. Well, that's one of the biggest reasons why we produced Unittus, is to help each and every one of you improve your financial status. To help me financially so I won't go bankrupt. The difference in the United States between a person being able to survive economically and going bankrupt is between $200 and $400. Well, I'm here to tell you we have many people that have earned more than $200, more than $400 in the first 4 days of their Unittus business. So please embrace and help and work with us, and we'll keep you out of bankruptcy. I can assure you that. Build a global business. We are doing that together already. Providing a steady, good income. We've already talked about that. We have an execute to executive plan, which is a 90-day plan, simply 3 months to get you to the U Assurance bonus, which guarantees you a steady income of bonus revenue if you maintain your volume and maintain your group. Oh, I love this one. You meet people with the capital U. You guys are really getting it. You girls are really getting it, and we appreciate that. Pay me to socialize. We are paying you to socialize. We're going to pay you tonight. Meeting like-minded people in my niche, and as a bonus, some extra income. So here's a business person who obviously has the opportunity to prospect using the Unittus UWorld community. I wish I understood what his niche or her niche was, but that's all they said. So thank you, and we appreciate that. A solid earning vehicle. Well, if you want to jump on the Unittus vehicle, I can assure you that it's rock solid, and it's going to be moving very, very fast out of the train station. Initiate a world mission program of churches, helping churches with steel frames and solar panel roofs for starter buildings. Wow, that's a very specific goal. So why not make that one of our Unittus Care goals? Why don't we make that one of our first? So congratulations to that individual for being so specific, so focused in what their interests and goals and dreams are. And Unittus will help each and every one of you. So I want to thank you for this evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's been my pleasure to be your host today. We have a very exciting announcement to make for those of you that have joined Unittus as independent international social advisors. Your U-wallets have been populated. So with that, I would love to meet each and every one of you on the other side. Go into your UWorld community. Let's see those U-chats start. Let's see everybody seeing those pins, pin advancement change, because on a person's insignia, if they have a pin rank that has changed, they will not be an advisor anymore. They may be a manager. They may be a 2-star manager, and they might even be a director. So with that, congratulations to each and every one of you. Congratulations to my Dream U team. I can't be any more proud of each and every one of you of what we've done, which some might have said would be impossible, and we have developed it and we've created it. We have so much more in store for you, every single day. You're going to be most likely seeing changes on the site. We've had amazing feedback from leaderships that have already put a stake into this company, and they've said, hey, have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? Not only are we thinking about it, we're doing it as we speak. So look forward to an amazing 2012. God bless Unittus, and God bless each and every one of you. Good night, and we'll see you on the other side at the U World community. So check out your U wallets, and for those who have not activated their Unittus virtual diamond debit card, please do immediately. We would like to pay you tonight, and you have to have that card activated before we can do it. But you can all go see your U wallets, and if anybody is in a generous, caring mood, we have also put a feature that allows you to move money to other Unittus members. You can actually move money to another person's U wallet. So with that, we're so excited about the future. Thank you so much